Recovery is a process of decisions podcast. This podcast is a weekly revealing of the recovery journey of peer support specialist Trent Thomas. Join him on his internal research-driven dive into what to and what not to do in sustaining recovery. His weekly episodes demonstrate that you are not alone, and what we can't do alone, we can do together. This life is hills and valleys, but we were built for struggle. These weekly episodes are a journey into his life lessons as he fulfills his daily mandate to help someone other than himself. Welcome to Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. Welcome to Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. This is Trent Thomas, your recovery peer support specialist. This week's episode is entitled From Powerlessness to Powerful in Recovery. Step 1 of the 12 steps is to admit we were powerless over the disease of addiction. This admission was totally necessary to submit to the power of someone other than ourselves. Our singular admission of powerlessness placed us in a humble, submissive state in order to receive the power from our all-powerful God. For God to act, he has to be invited in. He does not force anyone to receive him. One must be submissive to his will. His direction is by choice. One must decide to follow God. Pain and the consequences of not following his will often lead one to submit to follow his will. Pain will cause change. For each person, the level of pain one submits to is unique and differs from person to person. However, the pain is the same. Pain is necessary for change to occur. Hitting your head against a hard wall will enact a measure of directional change in order for the pain of hitting the hard wall to stop. Such is life. With the occurrence of the mismanagement of life and the pain caused by one bad decision after another, many finally reach the conclusion that we are powerless over the disease of addiction. It is labeled as a disease because it causes rudimental changes to the brain pathways that cause our thinking pathways to abandon logical patterns and follow patterns of illogical, self-defeating, suicidal tendencies. This behavior is much like any other disease that hijacks the mind and body and enslaves the host to fulfill its existence at the destruction of the host body. This disease wants you dead, but it will settle for your continued misery until dead. The powerlessness we resubmit to is the cost of admission to the power given by God, as he is the remedy to our malady. Addiction at its source is a spiritual depravity disorder. Spiritual starvation produces addictive patterns. Where there is no light, there is no direction. No spiritual tie line leads to wandering in darkness and thus falling victim to every pothole, trick, and trap presented. When walking in darkness, falling off a cliff is inevitable. God is light and truth. Removing God from one's life leads to darkness and the lie. Addiction is self-deception. You first lie to yourself and then to everyone else. You first tell yourself you need this drink and drug to fix the problem. Then you lie to everyone else in order to get the money to pay for the drink and the drug. One lie after another, wading deeper and deeper into darkness in the traps that follow. Once in the grips of the disease of self-deception, the only treatment for the lie is truth. God is truth. Everything God does is truthful. God cannot lie. God is the light that is truth. While in addiction, we are unplugged from our spiritual socket and thus no connection to God. Recovery requires getting plugged in, reestablishing that spiritual juice, reconnecting to the light that is God. Once plugged in, we can then see. We can avoid the tricks and traps. The truth erodes the lie. The lie and the truth cannot exist in the same space. No lie can exist forever, and truth vanquishes the lie. From powerlessness, we then get plugged in and receive power from an all-powerful God. From the powerlessness of submission, we can then invite God in and reconnect with a power greater than ourselves, a power that can and will save us from ourselves. This is Trent Thomas on another episode of Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. Please feel free to submit to Facebook and Instagram. You can also subscribe to this podcast to receive special in-depth episodes for subscribers only, as well as a private personal email account to communicate directly with me for comments and show suggestions. In addition, I'll be doing podcast shout-outs to all those subscribers who request shout-outs. Your inspiring comments can be left at transnetrecover.com/podcast. Thank you and have a blessed day.